we are going to be doing an RDL. And for that, that is really targeting both the glutes and the hamstrings. And how we are going to do that is we're going to have, using a wing nunchuck as a bar, you're going to want about from where your body is, kind of a thumbs up for that space. And from doing that, you are going to want to keep the legs back straight and locked, shoulders back, arms straight. Coming down, you want to be slightly bending, but you want to be hinging the hips most of the time for that glute work, and also feeling that hamstring stretch. Going all the way down to about mid-shin until you feel that. Hold that for just about a sec. And then you're going to slowly bring it back up to the straight back, and then fully extend and reset at the top. For that, you want to go and a pretty heavy load, as heavy as you can without fatiguing on your reps and having that bad form. Or you want to fatigue, you want to have that good form for the whole time, and ultimately that will give you good contraction in your hamstrings and your glutes and overall good muscle growth.
So we chose prompt B, and for the high load multi-joint full ROM exercise, we decided on hip thrusts. We would recommend 3 sets with anywhere between 10 to 12 reps. So for technique, you're gonna lie on your back with your upper back against a bench or a box, and you're gonna place a loaded barbell across your hip. Make sure you have something underneath it to protect your pelvis. And then you're gonna drive your hips up, squeezing your glutes at the top, keeping your back straight and engage your core. Make sure your chin is tucked and make sure you're pushing through your heels. We are going to be recommending a heavy load for that, but you should be able to complete the reps with correct form. As soon as you feel like your form is faulting, then you need to lower the weight.
All right, guys, we're going to be doing single leg cable kickbacks. Pretend there's a cable here. This is a great exercise that we can use for hypertrophic gains in order to achieve that aesthetic glute physique, get the shape going. So what we're gonna do is work primarily on the gluteus maximus. We'll also have some stabilization in the hip flexors, glute medius and glute minimus. Cable kickback is a single joint exercise focusing on the hypertrophic gains. We'll stick to 3 sets within like the 12 to 15 rep range for maximal growth. The load should be moderate and it shouldn't be too heavy so that we're overcompensating in the lower back when we're in full hip extension. Make sure we want to keep the tension in our glutes throughout the entire movement. This will lead to the most growth and most activation of the muscle fibers. So what we're going to be doing is we'll have a wrap around the ankle for the exercising leg, and the cable will be in front of us, and we'll have one hand for stabilization. And what we're going to do is just practice that hip extension, firing that glute maximus, holding the tension there, and then on the way back, that's going to activate the core, the hip flexors, and glute medius and glute minimus. And these aren't the main muscles that we're going to be working on to gain that aesthetic shape for the gluteus, but these will be important for strengthening in order to properly function in other various exercises. And yeah.
You want to build your glutes, but you don't know how. Here's some easy at-home workouts you can do that don't require a machine or weights. First, we're going to start with a simple glute bridge. Just get down on your back like this. You don't need that much space. You're just gonna lift up. Do this until it hurts. And then you can do one leg if you want. Add some weight. Just up and down. This is gonna work your core muscles as well as your gluteus maximus and gluteus medius. Then you can also do fire hydrants, which is just start on all fours. Have your leg at a 90-degree angle, and you just lift up like this. Super easy, and it'll start to burn after just a couple reps.